Well, hello, Sagittarius. I hope that everyone has been doing well since the last reading that I did for you. And we have finally eased out of the Mercury retrograde. We are now in the Saturn retrograde, and Pluto is coming up also. But welcome to my channel. I'm Barbara. This is Cha-Cha or Tango Tarot reading. And I'm doing Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, okay, is the sign is the Centaur, which is half man, half horse. One of those mystical beings, you know. And also it's ruled by Jupiter. I make some notes before I get started, but I did want to say, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I'm very happy that you're here with me. And for those of you that are back, and those of you that helped give me such good comments. You emailed me comments, and it was just absolutely wonderful. And some of you actually commented below, which was absolutely wonderful also. Be sure to check my description underneath. There is a lot of information there about me that I hope that you will check out. And also just subscribe. I love getting the new subscribers that I got, and it just really for 2.5 weeks, you know, I have gone up to close to 150 subscribers, and that was absolutely wonderful, because it's grown since YouTube sent me a message, you know, that it had that I had passed the 100 mark, and it just did me so much good, because I like doing what I do. I like doing my missionary work, and I just hope that this can resonate with some of you. With some of you it will not, but that being said, I'm gonna put this over here and put my glasses on, and because I make myself notes when I do my spiritual meditation, prayer meditation before I begin each one. I take a little time in between because I want to make sure. But before I do start the whole thing, I make myself some notes when I'm just whatever I'm given, whatever. And it's from that point that I decide which signs I'm going to do and which are going to be first. I probably will change that up at some point, but it works very well. I'm going to be doing the Rider-Waite, which are my old ones that I absolutely love. And I have pulled the card from Doreen and Melissa Virtue, which I always read at the end because I want to see how it corresponds with everything that I say, and if it's kind of like any kind of confirmation. I am very spiritual. I do proclaim God, and I always do that before I touch cards, because gifts that are given to us we must always recognize and remember that we are mere vessels. We are vessels, okay? And the universe, spirit, and higher being God is actually in charge of every single thing. All right, with that all being said, I've been picking up some vibrations about Sagittarius for about 3 days. And it's it's just been a lot of different flow for Sagittarians. And I want to get the cards out because I just want to see how it's going to go and how I laid them out. I lay cards out differently. I do my readings differently at different times. And because I do inject a lot of spiritualism in it, because the cards are a visual aid. And like most all readers, you know, they're visual aids for us, but we're given, we're inspired spirit. It comes down that way. So I laid my cards out in a reading that is what brings you into the now? What do you bring into the now? What from the past? What baggage? Your current status, your forward projection, your dreams, your hopes, possible objectives and or obstacles, resolution, outcome, forward into the future, and your overall goal accomplishment. So we're going to get started right now with the card, and we have the High Priestess. What brings you in with what baggage? It's not a card to start out with at all, Sagittarius. And then your current status. Ace of Wands. Again, excellent. I've just had two very excellent readings before this. And I know that it is because everything has shifted and there's so much spirit flowing around now, which is long overdue. And then for forward projection, dreams and hopes, I have the Three of Pentacles. And possible obstacles, objectives, the Queen of Wands. Another good card. Ooh, yes, what I was getting in my my spiritual vibration before I got started with everything, and actually Gemini and Pisces was excellent readings, and we're going to see how this projects out. Resolution, outcome, forwarding is Seven of Rods. Some people call them rods, but they're actually wands or staffs, okay? They're called different things by different people. And overall outcome, accomplishment. And we have eight of staffs, okay? All right. I just want to put my glasses on. That's what Barbara likes to do because I want to make sure, I'm anxious to see if this is going to be a cha-cha or a tango. Oh, okay. I just want to take a look here because the High Priestess, which is just, you know, this is a very solid person, okay? The High Priestess sits, and now this could be male, female going here. I do pick up a lot of male vibration and female vibration, and sometimes they become very apparent to me, which I'm getting more message on. And but it looks like coming into the now, you have not brought so far any baggage with you. We're going to see how that turns out. But so far that looks good. I don't think that there's been any baggage come forward into the now with you. And Ace of Wands is your current status. And it is, you've got a very good hold, a very good grip, a very good control on your life, your situational life right now. Of course, the wands, the staffs are not as prominent and solid and powerful as the sword or the pentacles or cups, but it is a very solid. It indicates to me it's like it's not like it is spirit reaching down and like a wisp of acknowledgement and truth and conviction on things that you have already known and repeated lessons over and over again, but then there was this wisp that came down and you grasped the staff, okay, like this, because that was really actually grabbing on to your reality and seeing it for what it was. So it's all in all a very good card. You're in a good place now. You just need to keep moving that direction, Sagittarius. Okay, and of course then we have the Three of Pentacles for your forward projection, dreams, and hopes. And many times this card is looked upon as not being so a very good card or solid, and the three did come up many times in my meditation beforehand. But this in itself indicates the dividing up of something. In order for you to reach your dreams and your hopes that you have always wanted to do, there's a certain dividing up, and it's sectioned like in three, and it has to do with something from past that you're having to let go. You're having to divide, section off the past, which you seem to be well on your way to that you've left in the past, but the kind of the linger of the past stays in place because there's also another situation that you are letting go of, and it has cost you dearly. Okay, it is costing you dearly, and it kind of hinders your dreams and hopes. But then the third section is for yourself. It is for you to just group yourself with what you have left after a great amount of healing. There has just been a great amount of spiritual healing for Sagittarius. There have been hurts. There have been past hurts, and I see it having to do with a triangle, which I'm sorry to say, because I usually Sagittarius are so spiritual and so knowing and very planning, and usually you don't really miss anything, but it seemed that you set yourself up time and time again in the past, and you had done it very, very recently. I would say 2 months ago. There seems to have been some sort of triangle in a relationship that you have. And this is something that you are having to learn a lesson, and you've learned it, but now you're going to have to make sure that you hold on to that lesson so that you can take your lessons and your dreams and hopes will come true. So then on your possible obstacles or objectives, something that could like hinder the hopes and dreams and forward projection, we have the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands is here I'm seeing is this woman. This queen is not truly 100% convicted in everything, okay? Um, a little bit of a problem, or I see this as a person that is a problem, and it stems from this whatever triangle was going on with you, and you hope that this would be something very good and prosperous, but then you realize, oh, well, the truth of that it just wasn't a real thing, and what there is this cat, this black cat that sits in front of the Queen of Wands. Now, this cat just represents remorse, a little bit of remorse about the things that have, the problems that have transpired and passed, and you've had to weed through, and you've had to heal from them, and that's all. That's what that animal is. It is just, it's a fleeting little animal, okay? It goes, it comes, it does whatever it pleases. So if you choose to keep a problem with you, of course it's going to stay. But if you just release it and let it go on, and concentrate and look to the other direction, like this Queen of Wands is doing, looking the other direction, looking on to something different, that will be your saving grace, your saving factor of moving forward. But all in all, this is not bad. Then we have the resolution outcome forward card, and it is the Seven of Staves. Okay, on the Seven of Staves, there's a lot of obstacles, it seems, that you have to overcome, and they're not going to be that hard to overcome, because as you can see here, and the way that I see it, and the way, let me be able to get this and say this as it should be. The staves that are in front of this man are already kind of submerged into the ground, and they have like a dip like this, okay? And that means they are slowly being beaten down into the ground, all right? There's only one that remains upright in his hand, and that is the one that he carries with him and must master. It is the one resolution outcome to bring you forward. You're taking the lessons that you have learned, and you're moving forward. This is such good progress for Sagittarius. Spirit has come down and just like swooped and gave you this insight that is just an absolute insight that you have never had before. You've been thinking the whole time that lessons were, that problems that sometimes self-created, and thinking that they weren't ever going to be a problem. The situations that were never going to be a problem. But then, wow, all at once, here come the truth unfolding. And when it unfolded, there had to be, oh, wow, a realization here. And there was a realization here of what you were having a concept of being love was not love. You have had a picture of love and what it really should be for you. However, you let it go, and chose to fall into your old pattern of repeating and repeating and repeating. And this is something, this like, I would say, revelation that was given to you about yourself. You've had Sagittarius, you've had a new way of looking at yourself. You've had a new way of looking at your approach, and how your approach in the past affected other people around you, people that cared very deeply for you, and also it affected the way that you really truly love yourself. Now there is so much more self-love. There is so much more self-recognition. Spirit is bringing this out of you so that you can have a good look right here of yourself. It's like looking in a mirror and seeing, you can look in the mirror and you can see, at one time when you look in, you will see the old shining through, and you can see the clearness of it, and how that no longer serves you, that was the negative part. And then on the next time you look in, you see a brighter, a clearer you, a new you, a clearer eyes, clearer smile. You have finally learned to love yourself and to really care for yourself. Sagittarius, this is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful spiritual feel that I'm getting about this, because you have so much waiting ahead for you in the future, and it involves love, and it involves a new direction in a job or work, and an opportunity opening up for you to do something in a profession that you want to do and that you're very good and qualified for, but never had the opportunity. All you have to do is one thing, I feel, to want it and to think clearly, not too long and not too hard, because Sagittarius people are thinkers. You think, okay? Don't think a situation until it falls away from you in little particles. Think it enough, and then reach out and grab it and say, yes, I can do this. I can start small and I can do this. And you do have friends, Sagittarius, that can actually, they will most definitely sit with you, talk with you, hear you out, and after hearing you out, give you an honest opinion, one that is truthful, one that will be helpful. And that all this is rolling right now in the now for you. And you're going to take that one little, you've got that one staff, and you're taking it into the future with you, because you have to remember, by holding on to this one staff, that is your remembering, carrying your cross, so to speak, okay? What does not work? What does not work for Sagittarius? And and by knowing that and carrying that with you, you will find every day ways that do work for you. This is absolutely wonderful. I feel, yes, I'm definitely feeling a big spirit change. And it's no longer the spirit change where you're just like walking and pacing and going through life in giving off spirit and having a spirit that you share here and here and here just occasionally, okay? You keep it inside. This is a newfound spirituality that you're going to be giving out, and you're going to be giving it out in a truth, such a deep, profound truth. Sagittarius, great progress for you. You have come so far. An overall goal accomplishment that we have here is the Eight of Staves, okay? The Eight of Staves are things that you are projecting that you're going to get done. They are not like problems per se. They are things that you have mapped out in your mind. They are things that you definitely have said, yeah, I'm going to stop thinking about it. It's time to do it. I want the life that I want. I want love. I want good, true love. I want it to be the way that I want it. And you even have a list on your hand of things you used to say were things that you absolutely had to have in a relationship. And now you're learning that you're going to have to give some of those things that were on your list. You're going to have to learn that other people want those things from you also. And by realizing that, and you've already started to realize it, you are going to be in a most abundant spiritual flow of life, and you're going to open up here. And because you have this here. You just don't want to use it. You haven't wanted to use it, but now you're going to, and you're opening up here, so that the insight that you get here, it has to mix. Sagittarius has to have everything mixed just in a very good round way. It can't be scattered, and so you're opening up here, and you just really know. You have a good, clear insight. You have intuition. You have spirituality coming in and lifting you up. And so it's going to ease your mind. It's going to help your mind to stop thinking so much and accepting what has been and what can be and what is. And also you're going to align with your heart. You're going to align with your heart and know what is truly in your heart that you want, and truly what you want to reach out and grab and get. That is where you're moving. We're going to go back, and we're going to put some more cards down here, because what brings you in and with what baggage, and of course it's the High Priestess sitting there, and which is kind of powerful, okay? It's like the High Priestess just won't budge, okay? Just won't move. There's just it's solidity. It's like you've crossed over from past into the now, and with the thing that really you've decided finally you don't want to go back there. You're done with it, and it took you so long to just realize that it was just not a good thing for you or anyone else around you. And on top of that, the Wheel of Fortune comes out. So yes, you have learned finally your lessons. You did cross over without bringing the past with you. You have solidly sealed it off, and you just know, and you haven't really crossed from the past into the now with anyone in particular that is that you've grabbed onto and held on and thought this is it. You're starting clean. It's a clean slate. The world is in front of you, Sagittarius. The world is in front of you, and you are in it. And the Ace of Wands, your current status. Okay. We have the Four of Swords, okay? And this is just now that you're in the current status, and it's been a little bit of loneliness, okay? Because it's been a little bit of a loneliness because this is brand new for you, and it's very hard for you to I need to know the right way here to say this. It's very hard for you to have been comfortable with yourself enough to actually be comfortable enough with yourself to be alone with yourself. And it causes you a little bit of wanting to lay in and think things over and just lay, and it's a fight for you to really, this new adjustment of being comfortable with yourself. You're getting to know yourself, and so you're not really when you sleep very deeply, but when you don't sleep, it's restless, and the thoughts coming back, kind of nagging at you. You could go back, Okay, well that is your negative self. That your life is just so brand new, and everything about you that you've been transpiring into is so new that it's only natural for you to have that little battle. But you're very strong people, Sagittarius, being one of the fire signs. You've got what it takes. You really need to accept the spirituality that's come upon you, because it has come on you in a most magnificent, swooping, almost like a dream, okay, that gave you this enlightenment. And now, even though Spirit was with you for a while before this, well, it always has been, okay, I think that you're realizing that you actually have an angel around you too, and it has made itself known a few times, and they will do that in most mystifying ways sometimes when you don't expect it. Sometimes a misplacement or something, things like that. I won't go too deep into that because that is a deeper realm of everything. But you are going to be coming out of this sleepless nights, this restlessness, this being uncomfortable. You're going to reach a place where, yes, you are very comfortable. And when you do that, you will be ready to receive someone in that is, I feel like maybe you're already at that point where you're comfortable. Now you're just getting so that, the comfortableness with yourself, you can finally have someone in your life, and that's coming. And of course, up here we have the forward projection, okay, your hopes and your dreams, which I explained that about the three pentacles, but it really represents sectioning off three things, okay, separating two people from your life. One you already done. One is still kind of a nagging thing, kind of trying to pull you back all the time, but you've realized no, it's a no-go. And the other section is for your whole self. You have brought yourself to a whole again, and you're comfortable. You accept that. So then we have the card of six of Pentacles. Okay. Now the Six of Pentacles, like I have this card turn up, and really, normally the six is not such a bad number. It is an even number. I actually, a lot of people think that 5 is worse, okay? But in many times the 5 is better. But this one, it's the same thing that I felt earlier, and Spirit was giving me, to look at this one, okay? And you will notice that the pentacles, there's 6 there, but you will notice there's 2 on one side, 1 above his head, and 3 to the side, and the scale in his hand. And there are coins being exchanged. So, in order for you to finalize whatever it is that is bothersome about this one letting go of, it's going to cost you. And that is very unfortunate. Now, it has already cost you in your heart. It has cost you very much. And you just didn't see it coming. But, of course, sometimes we have to have these lessons because we just cannot become a better person. We cannot have the growth. We cannot have the potential that that God and the universe, the Spirit is bringing to us, to bring us to where we are supposed to be at our full potential. So it could be that you're having to sign some documents. You may have to pay for signing those documents, or you may have reached a point where I just felt this. Sagittarius. You trusted someone very much, and it turns out that a story they were telling you wasn't quite true. It's what I'm getting. I need to have this. I need to have this clear. Story was that through some social media or something of that, they had gotten involved with something, and somebody was taking monies from them, asking monies from them, and they were foolish enough. Now, this is the story, but as it turns out, it was a little bit different. Lots of monies were this person given on. And so in your good graces, in love and what seemed to be love, you were asked and called upon, and your heart was worked on for you to help get them out of this problem, this mess. And being the Sagittarius, very spiritual, kind, loving, passionate in heart that you are, you actually believed it and did it, is what I'm getting. And this also applies to someone else I'm picking up on that was taken advantage of by I'm feeling that there was someone that just came home once. This is a different thing that I'm picking up on right here. Someone actually came home, thought everything was okay. They came home, things had been a little bit bumpy in the past, but came home and everything that the person had in the house, let's just say that they moved out. They moved out while the person, while you were away, while that particular person was away. What a heartache that would be. What a heartache. And so a great recovery is coming from that. And then there was another person, I'm feeling many out there that during these past 2 months have gone through this bumpiness of it's just been like fish floundering on the ground, really, finding out that they were gravely betrayed, have been gravely betrayed by a partner that they really put a lot of trust in, to the point of coming home and finding the people together. Oh, Spirit, this is. I knew that this was going to lead somewhere. I kept saying the track, but not this depth. Oh, Spirit is saying that, yes, this is going to cost, in all areas, it's going to cost. That this particular thing is going to, you invested money to help somebody out of something, which turns out that it really wasn't the way that they said. They actually just wanted the money to kind of catch themselves up, get a new place to live, and also there's something about a trip that was taken, and the trip really needed to be taken, though. And another person, and that this could be a mixture of everything else. So please take what resonates, because a lot of things are coming to me very quickly through Spirit about Sagittarians. It's oh yes, it was just it has been a bumpy road. It truly has been a bumpy road. Okay, and then we're going into the resolution, outcome, future. And I have already talked about how you're taking the staff forward with you, because that is your reminder. Okay, that is the cross you bear. We all in life have in our lessons a cross that we must bear. Okay, it is you pick that cross up, you carry it with you every day, because it is the reminder of who you are, how far you've come, where you're at right now, and the wonderful possibilities of moving on. But we must never forget the lessons. We must try to not repeat them, because they are very hurtful the second time around. But I got a feeling that for many Sagittarians, that this is the third, fourth, or even fifth time of a lesson such as this, because of your heart. Spirituality is just, you're needing to be refilled and renewed, and that's what Spirit is coming to do for you. Let's see what else is on that card. Yes. Okay. Of course, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. And the swords are just like some behind and to the side, and just one maybe to the front. Okay. Which means, again, it's behind you. Okay. And the one sword that stands in the front, the one that is in the front, is the one equally like the staff of lessons that you must carry forward to remind you. This sword is to prevent you from stepping back into the old pattern. It's cutting a path, being very cutting and very calculating in which way you go. And really, to reach where you have reached, there's been many times when you felt like you were bound up. There was no way for you to move forward. But you found out soon that those bonds around you weren't really tied at all. All you had to do was flex your arms, and they fell off. And the blinders, the blindfold, you just weren't seeing things. But it wasn't because you couldn't. You didn't want to see the truth. So now the blinders finally come off, and you've got it. You're moving steadily forward now. You're on a course. There is that you're sailing, and the wind is catching you. You're going. It's going to be a very good, and for your overall goals and accomplishments, which I said, these are things that you're setting your mind that you're going to accomplish. We're going to go ahead and take another card on that. And I'm so glad Spirit told me to do that, because here is the King of Swords. King of Swords is a very solid, no BS type king, okay? No BS type person. Be it female, be it male. You're sitting there, and the sword is like straight up in the air, okay? It's like no one dare try to bring down the dreams that I'm carrying forward with me, because I'm just not going to have any of it. He's very solid. He's very serious, okay? He has made his stand. He's sitting in his throne like this, and that is the way that it is going to stay. Sagittarius, you have come a long way. I would say for probably 7 to 8 months has been a steady learning of this lesson, and each time it's just been a repeat. It's almost like okay, didn't get it right, I'll go back and try again, and then whoops, didn't work. You have to go through this whole get comfortable with yourself again, and then let's go back and let's try it again. It just doesn't work. Sagittarius people are very spiritual and very well thought, but you're also very passionate. And when you're hurt, when your heart is hurt, it is very hard for you to regain and stop thinking so much about it all, and to get realigned. It's time. It has come. It has been coming for a long time, and it's time now. I feel Sagittarians are now. The negative has you have worked through it, and it has not been a picnic. And I remember saying this with Sagittarius the last time I read, and I'm going to repeat it because it is true. It has been a tango through this. It's a mythological movement, tango, and even when the roses in the teeth, that is more serious. It's been like, dun, 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 okay, and now you're finally being able to take this breath out. And the most wonderful thing that I'm getting right now, and it has just come sweeping over me, and it gave me goosebumps, okay, because it is you're having a realization of something, and you're going to check into something that perhaps you left undone, or you left unfinished, but it's not a bad thing like your old lesson. It's a possibility for you, and I see you going forward and checking that out. And I also feel new love coming to you, and it's coming to you in an unbelievable way. It is the type that you have never experienced before. It is really, truly what you have been wanting and praying to be blessed with. In the past, it was like, is this all there is to this? Have I done the right thing? Must I continue this way? And a path has been cleared for you, Sagittarius. All the pain that you've been going through, and the roughness, and the triangles that were set up and repeated, it just brought more anguish. But one reason that give me, what is it about the triangles that is just so, what, it's got to be a triangles, because you didn't want to open your eyes and see, because the other person, the person that you were with, which was included in your triangle, your partner, was also in another triangle. There was another person that you never knew, and it was right under your nose the whole time. And it just, these types of things just are just very, they just become like an everyday thing after they've gone on for a while. Thank you for that. Okay. And this new love, I keep getting that. I keep hearing it. New love, new love, new love. And it's a pure love, and it is like an unconditional love. It is one that is both in spirit, and it's just passionate, and it is giving and receiving, and it's on a plateau where everything just fits. It just fits the way that it should. Sagittarius, you have come a long way, and you are ready to step into something that is absolutely wonderful, pure, and beautiful. Keep your spirit up. Let spirit keep flowing over you. Let spirit come out. Let it go out so that this love will come in for you, and you really know what you're looking for, and you're going to just, when you know it and you see it, it happens, it comes. There's not going to be any doubt in this world about it. You are going to you're going to receive it and say yes. And such a blessing coming up over you. I'm very excited that Sagittarius has had this growth, this knowledge come flowing over you, that you've been able to shake the old, and there is a beautiful tomorrow for you. And by tomorrow, I mean, I'm talking about the future. It's there for you. It's waiting for you. You're approaching it. It is waiting, and it's actually just kind of, it's expanding out with beauty as you're approaching it, and actually folding in toward you to receive you. Spirit is most wondrously covering you. I want to see what the Doreen and Melissa Virtue card is, because I didn't pull this for Gemini when I did them, because they had such a wonderful reading. I forgot to read their card, but it couldn't have gotten any better. And the Pisces was a very good reading also. Yours is different, but it's very good and excellent too, because of the growth it shows. Not every reading is the same. It's Moonstone. It's mystery and intuition. Okay? The Moonstone is your card. Okay? You see the wolf howling at the moon? Howling at the moon. There's no more secrets. Howling at the moon. I'm getting it out. I'm baying to you. Go away, secrets. No more secrets. And mystery. Yes, there is mystery lying ahead for you. And your intuition about everything that you have found out, everything that you have learned for yourself, learned about that you didn't know, and then it finally become clear to you, your intuition in here. Spirit brought that to you. Carry it with you, Sagittarius. I'm in your corner. I'm rooting for you. Do it. You have nothing but good to look forward to. Do not go back into the past. And I know that you won't, because you have learned. You have learned a lot of things. I am so happy that this reading turned out this way, because I was really getting a lot of things bouncing around in my head when I meditated. My meditation is usually in prayer, and then I just sit and I just let all the thoughts in the spirit come to me, and until you actually sit down and focus on that one thing, it doesn't become a clear picture. Sagittarius, you have a lot of wonderful things to look forward to. Love and the pain, the pain, it's like that kind of pain. You never quite forget it, but you do heal. You heal. And we just carry that lesson forward with us, and it makes us a very strong, better person. And you are that right now. You are that right now. You are that strong, new, vibrant soul person in the flesh moving forward. I'm very happy for you. And I'm Barbara. This is Cha-Cha or Tango Tarot. And I do hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you will leave comments. Email me if you would like a comment, or leave a comment below. And check my description below and find out a little bit more about me and my causes. I do a lot of missionary work because my heart is always, being a fire sign as well, flowing for the good of good. Everything is opening up in the universe in a most wonderful way. We all have to be a very good part of it, and learn how to flow and put the goodness out there. And you're going to be a part of it, Sagittarius, in the most big, wonderful way. Book a personal reading if you would like. They're quite a bit different than this, because they are custom, I guess you'd say tailor-made, custom for each person privately. I feel that this has gone very well. I hope that you will like, subscribe, if you're not already subscribed. And if you are, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you have really made a good thing for me also. And share. I'll see you next time, Sagittarius. Stay in the flow. Stay in the spirit. It is with you. Blessings.